無力だな。無力だな。
Hello, can anyone hear me? Awesome. Well, welcome to Yu Yu Hakusho 2. It's a beautiful game. I just lost on stream. Don't worry about that. But welcome. Um, so we're just waiting for the next match right now. But Yu Yu Hakusho 2 is a very fun kusoge. It's a little bit like Street Fighter 2, but everybody has just horrible corner setups that will kill you instantly. There's infinites everywhere. Very neutral heavy. It's a great game. I love it. Hope you love it too. So, still waiting for the next match. Right, we got something to talk about. So right now we've got Polar Bear versus Jacob Bragg. So Polar Bear, I played yesterday in Sailor Moon. Very good. Jacob Bragg, very involved in creating a wiki for this game, also the TO. So let's take a look. Looks like Polar Bear is on Wind God Jin. Jin is a very mix-up based character, has anime fighter style air dashes, which in a neutral level game like this is interesting. Oh! Looks like we've got some very serious lag going on. Oh, okay, maybe we're fine. So yeah, Jin, air dash style character, very good mix-ups, heavy pressure, just got thrown out of the air dash. Kuwabara, charge character, he has a little bit less going for him in terms of crazy mix-ups, but he does have some really good hitboxes on his sword. Also a couple moves with full body invincibility for A1. Good throw from Jacob. And Polar Bear's making very heavy use of that jumping light kick, I believe. That's a very, very ambiguous mix-up. There are times when it looks like it'll hit on one side of you and your sprite will actually warp back to the other side. So really difficult mix-up, very difficult to see, so that's why you're going to see with Jin a lot of this, just a lot of jump in with light kick and see where you end up. Polar Bear putting on the corner pressure again. We're seeing Jin dashes. Yeah, so that big sword swing you just saw Jacob do, that is full body invincibility for A1. And first match is gonna go to Polar Bear. So we'll see if there's a character switch. Nope, looks like we are staying the same characters. Yep, Polar Bear with more cross-up jumping. So something unique about this game is you actually can get cross-ups in the corner sometimes. It is potentially character dependent, I'm not entirely sure how it works, but yeah, jumping in the corner absolutely can cross it up sometimes. Alright, looks like Jacob's got the outside. And he... Oh! Excellent escape from Polar Bear with Jin Super. And takes the match for it. Jin Super is not unblockable, but it does cross up and it hits anywhere on stage. And it may be safe on block, potentially. Okay, Jacob right there was trying to anti-air with Kurama's, I don't know what to call it, upward sword projectile. It's an interesting move, but doesn't anti-air super well. And Polar Bear forcing Jacob to the corner once again. Got the stun. Really quick match from Jacob. Impressive. And Polar Bear with a throw to take the round. I'm sorry, do I have the players backwards? I may in fact have them backwards. Alright, looks like Jacob is actually on Jin, so disregard everything I've been saying. Yep, so once more we're going to jump in. There's that cross-up. That was not a jumping kick. It's probably missed it, but... And looks like Jacob's trying to set up an air dash there, but gets put in the corner because of it. Polar Bear using that invincible move. And Jacob right there getting a hit because you can instant overhead with any character in this game by doing the rising aerial attack. Not super useful generally, you won't get a combo out of it, but you can get some nice damage. See the cross up once again. Stop me if you've heard this before. And looks like Jacob forcing Polar Bear to the corner. Once again crossing up. Yeah, so that dash along the ground with Jin is not safe. You can be thrown out of it and potentially hit out of it, but it is a pretty quick reaction, so you have to be on it. Jacob getting the throw. Throws are 0 frames in this game, and there's no throw attacking, so have fun with that. Okay, so what we just said there also, so DPs in this game are really strange. No! GG's. Good games to Jacob. So, what we're seeing right there with the DP, DPs work very strangely in Yu Yu Hakusho. So, they are fully invincible frame 1 onward, and they last for like 3+ seconds. So you can kind of, the instant you see someone jump, throw it out, and it's still going to last for as long as they're in the air. Most of them have pretty good hitboxes too, because once again, this game's a very silly game. So, looking at the docket, next up, looks like we have Luca Kona versus Gyru. Alright, and we are back in. Looks like we might have a little lag this time. That's okay. So it is Gyru versus Luca Kona. We'll see who's playing what character. This time the sides are correct, however. Gyru will be player 1, Luca Kona will be player 2. Luca Kona locked into Hiei, and Gyru selecting our friend, the resident charge character. So let's get right into it. Hiei is a heavy rushdown character, but is currently getting messed up a little bit. So Hiei, basics there, heavy rushdown, has a move that on frame 1 instantly will counter any other move in the game, except a throw. Hiei also has an infinite off of it, so just don't touch it. He is one of the best characters in the game. On the other side, we have Suzaku. Suzaku is a charge character, a fairly standard charge character actually. strong moves, but it takes time to set them up. So, Hakusho right there trying to initiate the infinite. See if he gets it. Nope, not quite. Gairu putting Luca in the corner. Taking advantage of those charge moves. Looks like partitioning a charge in there. Very nice. See if Luca can get out of the corner, and yes! With the light punch mash. Not a safe move, but does a lot of hits in a row, and so can easily rack up that stun. Okay, round 2. Playing some neutral and center stage here, both players looking for their wind condition. Gairu, with his character, that's probably, Suzaku. Suzaku's win condition is either zoning, using step kick and fireballs, or putting the opponent in the corner, because that's everybody's win condition in this game. Hakusho, who's just taken round 1, Hiei's win condition, it's just land the counter and get the infinite. That's how Hiei works. It's what you do. Alright, we've got a character switch, it looks like. Or maybe not a character switch, maybe we missed input. Yeah, okay, so we are seeing a switch to Chu. Chu is the mohawked character swaying back and forth over there. And Chu's ability is that big fireball. Chu is a crazy zoner. So those fireballs will inconsistently lag the game. Can potentially make your opponent eat inputs. Also, are just nightmarish to deal with, deal tons of damage, and is very good at forcing Hiei out. So Hakusho is probably going to be trying to get in. I don't know if Luca is aware of Hiei's counter move. If they are aware of it, Hiei can counter fireball, jump in and teleport in and get the infinite. Gets the corner. Okay, goes for the infinite, but doesn't quite get it. Yep, and Gairu once again playing the long game. Yeah, but Luca gets Hiei's throw. Hiei with a very powerful throw in addition to the infinite. And he can also duck fireballs, as he is a fair and balanced character. Gairu's trying to push back Luca with heavy punch. Or light punch, I'm sorry. Choose light punch, very strong, and ooh. Got the corner cross-up. Yu Yu Hakusho 2 classic. Yeah, Jacob and chat mentioning the Chu DP. Chu's DP is horrifying. It hits almost full screen, does a massive amount of stun, and like all other DPs, it is fully invincible. But right now, Gairu in the corner getting locked down by Luca. Luca looks like trying to build up the stun gauge and get a stun, because Hiei gets infinite off stun. You see the infinite not quite. Sitting it again, unfortunately. Gairu's super does not get it. Chu's super is a grab. It goes a decent distance, but the input is very tough, and generally with Chu, you don't want to be in grab range, because that means you're not winning. So, we go up 2 currently. And we got another character switch from Gairu, this time to Elder Toguro. Not Elder Toguro, I'm sorry, that's a different character in the Yu Hakusho. Not appearing in this game. To Toguro 100%. These two are 2 of the best characters in the game. Toguro 100%, the undisputed best character, has a I'm just going to talk about what Toguro is doing currently, because almost all of Toguro's moves are broken. So, using the corner pressure to finish off Luca's Hiei. And we've got the Pec Flex Victory Pose, everybody's favorite. Yeah, so Toguro has strong projectiles that flag the screen, very strong throws. We can currently see does a lot of damage. Almost all Toguro's moves do enormous amounts of damage and stun. And we'll see if Gairu starts abusing it, but Toguro also has a full screen, invincible, cancelable dash with a hitbox. Not using it currently, doesn't need to, that's fine. Coming back by their own virtues. Got the Pec Flex Victory Pose again. So that is 1-2 now. We've got a match. Back in the park stage this time. Going for the infinite off-round start, not gonna get it. Looks like Luca is getting a little bit zoned out by... Oh, Gairu might have found the button. So Toguro 100% also has another great move, which is that little flick. That's a full screen projectile, which does a ton of damage. And stun, very, very fast. Luca, though, is starting to use Hiei's counter move in order to teleport in and get closer. Hiei's counter, of course, comes active on frame 1, like most things in this game. Teleports you in, lets you get your infinite. Luca's still trying to get in. Going for that infinite, not getting it. Teleports in this time. Rapid punches. Alright, Gairu putting Luca in the corner. That's a stun, and that will be a win. So I believe we are tied up at 2-2 now. Game 5. What I'd like to see from Luca is potentially... I don't know, this is a hard matchup for Hiei. Potentially going for either light kick or grab, mixing that in off a teleport that can potentially get some damage. Gairu, I'm hoping to see the forward dash. Oh, excellent! There's the grab off that teleport. Once again, Toguro 100% grab very strong. So got some neutral play here, but Gairu being forced to the corner. Ticks out Luca though, and gets that first round with the ground projectile. Trying really hard to get in, almost gets the infinite there, not quite. Building up a lot of stun with Gairu though. Should get a full stun in about 2 hits. Teleports in, grab. Oof, this time gets grabbed on the jump in though. And Luca has a desperation move on deck. Hiei's desperation move, very powerful, can win the game from shootout potentially. And has the stun. Going to... Oh, no! It's like a missed input, potentially. Really, really fast match from Gairu, though. Congratulations. Good games to both competitors. Fun matches. Next up, however, I'm not quite sure who's next up right now. It looks like I'd Eat Bellsprout versus Jacob Drag. Luke Kona says, I've never watched Yu Yu Hakusho. Hiei is so cool, I love him. That's correct. Hiei is, well, not necessarily the coolest character. I'm a Kurama fan myself. Kurama girly forever, but Hiei is pretty great. And he's also hilariously busted in this game. I love him. Short King. So currently, ID Bellsprout is going to be playing Jacob Drag. Both of these players very experienced, very active on the Yu Yu Hakusho Discord. ID Bellsprout, the one to start the Discord, really get the communication about this game going. Jacob Drag got to catch Jacob earlier in a match playing Jin. And big wiki maintainer, also the TO, so huge shoutouts. And looks like the scoreboard might not be updated yet, but that's okay. So we've got Jacob Jin and Bellsprout with Toguro alternate color. So once again, we're going to see Jacob jumping in a lot with that leg kick. Really ambiguous cross-up, leads to almost anything. Really, honestly, just a gross move. It's fun, but his dash is getting stuffed and now is in the corner in that Toguro 100% vortex. And Bellsprout taking game 1 of the first round, doing the pack pose. Bellsprout getting the grab and trying to put the vortex on. And tries to get in using the invincible dash, but cancels it halfway through and gets put in the corner because of it. Alright, probably gonna get a chip out here, and yes, second round or first round going to ID Bellsprout. We have my favorite victory pose, the pecs actively flexing very rapidly. Toguro 100%, truly one of the characters of all time. But we've got a character switch now. And scores are currently 1-0. Jacob is switching to Young Genkai. Young Genkai, also one of the best characters in the game, has air fireballs, a double jump, regular fireballs as well. Basically, just Akuma and a double jump, which is not terrifying at all. So, looks like we're playing the spacing game, but Jacob getting a quarter and trying to use his air fireballs to mix up. Bellsprout forcing the way out with that really terrifying dash. Bellsprout in the corner, suffering those step kicks, but using projectiles to get out. See who gets in first here. Jacob doing a really excellent job right now. Using those step kicks to really just keep Bellsprout pinned down, and throwing fireballs at the step kicks to really keep the pressure suffocating. But does get clipped after a forward dash. Really good stuff to Jacob. I really thought that comeback was going to happen. Yeah, so what Bellsprout was probably going for there was, if you cancel Toguro's forward dash at the right time, you can actually get a grab off of it. Speaking of grabs, going for the pummel grab, but Jacob with a really fast dash again. Polar Bat asking, so what makes Hiei so fucked up in this? Well, Hiei has good buttons, has a dash, if you cancel his dash, you can jump backwards, and oh, we just saw Bellsprout use Toguro 100%'s super move, which is a fully invincible, unblockable dash. Very balanced character. I'm just dashing. I love you, Bellsprout. I love all of the characters in this game. They're great. No, but what makes Hiei really messed up is Hiei has a counter which goes off frame 1, lasts for roughly 2 to 3 seconds, and you get an infinite if you hit it. So, essentially, anytime Hiei can just mash out counter and just win the round for nothing. I'll start going for the mash grab again. If the opponent doesn't mash, you can get like half of that grab. So basically just execution testing and using that ground projectile to get Voki off the throw. Speaking of throws, gets the throw again and takes that. Pickup Drag not only playing excellent on Nick High, but chatting at the same time and TOing. Huge shoutouts once again. Eating that Togro grab and Togro dash. Bellsprout is using the Togro dash to go in and out, making it really, really scary to do anything. So that was actually really interesting. Bellsprout there got the throw and then dashed immediately afterward to get a cross-up off the throw. I've never seen that. And once again uses that unblockable super to win the round. So I believe that is 3-1. And yeah, good stuff to Bellsprout and Jacob. Really fun match to watch. So I believe I am up next playing against Jacob, if I'm reading this bracket right. Or actually, no, it might be Luca Kona and Gairu. All right, I'm up next. Hope everybody's enjoying the tournament. All 7 viewers here. So I'm going to go silent while I potentially lose this round. All right, I'm back. Jacob beating my ass a little bit there. That's okay. It's Yu Hakusho. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Next up, we have Luca Kona versus Polar Bear. Alright, assuming this is the actual match, which I believe it is, we've got a Hiei mirror match. I've played a few of these before. They are a lot of fun. As a reminder, there's the first infinite. So as a reminder, Hiei can do his frame 1 counter at any time, gets an infinite off the counter, and just win. So these matches are going to go really fast. I'm not quite sure who's who right now, but the Hiei in black has currently gotten that infinite set up twice in a row. And has taken the first game. Gets that teleport, tries to throw maybe. But put in the corner, it doesn't matter because Hiei's light kick is god. Putting blue Hiei in the corner. This time it is blue Hiei that takes it. Ooh, that is a very rarely used move. That is, I believe, half circle forward and punch. Not a very good move. Does create a lot of space, you have to respect it, but not amazing damage-wise. Desperation move on deck for somebody, but it doesn't matter. So, looks like blue Hiei is taking that first round. Okay, when Hiei strikes that pose, that means he's in the counter state, so if you see the opponents both just kind of pause and wait, that's because that counter state lasts for like 3 seconds, and you can't touch Hiei during that. Blue Hiei going for the head bounce. Head bounce, a very bad move, extremely negative, but that's okay. Hiei's still great, we still love it. Hiei black gets the stun, but then gets countered out of the stun, but then still takes it. Hoping that we're gonna get to see Hiei's desperation move, the immortal legendary Dragon of the Dark Luminous Flame. It's just as good in this game as it is in the anime, as in it just kind of kills the opponent. It's great. See if either fighter gets it. Very fast input, but Hiei is a fast character, and you don't want to give him an inch or he will take a mile. So blue Hiei using that rapid punch to try and keep black Hiei in the corner, doing a really good job of it. Tries to get the chip out with the half circle move. Ooh, gets countered by black Hiei, but doesn't matter. The pushback on those punches will send you far enough away that you can get a hit. Blue Hiei getting in the corner, trying to get the cross up and the infinite, instead getting almost infinited by black Hiei. And so to get the infinite, you would need either the corner or you need a cross awesome of some kinds. That's where you're seeing him go for it a lot. Luhie getting it right there, doing a throw is not enough, but gets the head stomp away, so that's okay. Still not sure who's who. That's okay. I think Jacob's gonna update them soon. And it's just fun to watch a Hiei match. So, Hiei getting the counter, trying for that infinite, knockout. Black Hiei getting the counter, going for rapid punches though. Rapid punches built a less stun, not that good. A little bit of a standoff there, but Hiei gets the throw. Black Hiei with the corner, almost gets the stun, but not quite. And just as I say it, gets the stun. Really fast match out though. Been seeing some really quick matches this tournament. Black Hiei will be taking that round. Probably just wasn't easy about the names, still not sure quite who is who, but we are doing our best. Really interesting anti-air right there. Both players using the half-circle sword move a lot. It's interesting, it's not that good a move. Apparently it does hit behind though. But we've got, oh, that's the full infinite right there. So that's just an instant round loss. If you get that state where the opponent's facing away and you're hitting them, they get sucked in toward you and coming out at the same time. And that's when you get the full death infinite. So what we're seeing here is a really good example of why Hiei is one of the best characters in the game, in that just you can get that infinite, like right now, off anything. You've got that infinite, or you've got that one-frame counter to get it if you want. You've got the half-circle sword move, apparently. I really don't think it's that good, but we're seeing both competitors use a lot of it, so what do I know? I'm out of the tournament. Alright, he and Black taking this one. Okay, so it looks like Polar Bear is up 2-1, so I believe Polar Bear's in blue. Which means we are going into game 5. Elsprout says, I wonder if that special has any uses. It seems super unsafe. From the testing I've done, I am not a complete lab monster, but I'm the closest thing this game has sometimes. From the testing I've done, it's really negative on hit, the damage isn't that good, and he just has a lot of better moves, like that rapid punches one, which just got full stun in the middle again, and light kick, plus that really messed up grab. I don't think it's that good, but it has a really cool animation, and having a really cool animation will get you pretty far. Speaking of really cool animations, you might notice that Hiei's counter move looks exactly the same as his idle stance. That's intended, I assume, because wow, is that move messed up. Almost getting the oh, actually gets the stun, so that's a full infinite right there, and that slides out somehow. Both characters, or both players, just fishing for that infinite. They really, really want it. Want those light kicks. Down to the wire here. Luhie in the corner and gets clipped by the sword. So that will be Luca Kona taking that round. Really good games to both players. Really fun to see a Hiei mirror like this. Hiei is my favorite character in this game, so getting to see two of him on screen at once, really a treat, you know? Next up, it looks like it's Gyru versus ID at Bellsprout. Both of these players very experienced at the game, so I'm really hoping to see a great set from both of them. Gairu apparently playing this game since before the Discord came out, but I'm not super sure which character they play. ID Bellsprout can play pretty much any character, but tends to favor the immortal, lovable Toguro 100%. Chu and Suzaku, apparently. All right, so perhaps we'll be seeing the Chu and Suzaku and or potentially also the Toguro, because yes, Toguro is not banned. We can all have a little Toguro tonight as a treat. Look, sometimes you want a fair and honest character, and sometimes you just want that full screen, invincible, cancelable forward dash. Okay, looks like Suzaku versus Kuwabara. Unless this is a replay. Apparently this is not a replay. Bellsprout using Kuwabara and taking the first round, surprisingly. So I don't know as much about Kuwabara. Kuwabara is one of the characters I have not labbed very much, actually. Suzaku, though, charge character, you can use very nasty stuff in charge partitioning. Particularly can kind of keep opponents permanently locked with one of the step kick. Bellsprout, though, using Kuwabara's charge, which I believe is negative, but I could be wrong. Both characters colliding there. These characters are both charge characters, so that's why you're going to see both players backing up a lot this round. Okay, Bellsprout appears to be taking advantage of the low end leg on the invincible sword slash that Kuwabara has to just repeatedly throw out those invincible moves. Reminding everyone once again that this game is very much probably not intended to be played competitively, so you will see a lot of messed up stuff, like Bellsprout there throwing out 3 fully invincible moves in a row with no end lag. But this time, it is Gairu taking a game with Suzaku. Alright, that charge attack from Suzaku appears to be negative, but gets thrown twice there, but it does a lot of damage, and the hitbox is really good. So Bellsprout abusing that sword move, but gets jumped over, still getting the throw. And 2 throws in a row to take the game. Kuwabara with the funniest victory animation I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen that sprite before. That man is pumping his arms for all he can get. Okay, so we're going to be seeing the same characters again. Let's see what adjustments Gairu makes going into the second round. Or second game. Getting thrown again a couple times. Oof, getting throw looped. Got 4 throws in a row. That is almost the entire health bar. Are the player names right? I believe the player names are right, yes. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm cheering for Bellsprout here just because I've never actually seen Kuwabara played, but also I'm really interested in seeing what Gairu's long-term game knowledge brings here. That overhead sword swing, very hard to deal with. Invincible and pretty solid hitbox. I never realized how little end lag it has, but Bellsprout using that, all it's worth. In the background, the girl is looking on. That's fine. And that is second game to Bellsprout. I was unaware that Bellsprout had a Kuwabara, but Kuwabara appears to be very clean. Alright, staying with our characters for the third game. Alright, Gyro using that air-to-air to get out of the corner, but still trapped there by those sword charges. Bellsprout, it looks like he's using the sword charge in, and then the overhead swing to make that charge safe, even though it's not usually safe. Gyro getting the punch though, and a really nice throw. Puts Bellsprout in the corner. Ooh, Bellsprout using that overhead swing again. Both players playing neutral a little bit here. And that is respect. Look at that. And that is the super move. Unfortunately, does get hit after it, gets stunned, and that is it. Yeah, if you see both players being very respectful toward the end of the round, supers in this game are very, very strong. Hiei and Jin in particular have really messed up supers, which will absolutely end the game for you, but that doesn't matter because we are going into what may be the final game of, or what may be the final round of this match. So Kairu did get the corner there, and got the corner again, but it looks like having trouble getting things started. Bellsprout's use of the invincible overhead swing is just really being difficult to deal with. Gyro does have a super move right now. Looks like maybe attempting to activate it. Does activate it. Doesn't do enough to chip out. But has the corner. And gets the throw on the board. Side note, I really love the pixel art background on that stage with Keiko and Roshan. Really cool art. Also, I love the purple coloring in the arena. Just want to say, pixel art this stage, gorgeous. Anyway, Bellsprout using the charges, playing really aggressive here. Really wants to close this one out and not give Gyro the chance to come back. Not coming back, Gyro stunned in the corner, but Boom gets mixed up by the swing, trying to get out. Uses the desperation move, it gets blocked though, and gets chipped out. So, good games to go with both competitors. Gyro headed for the losers bracket. Bellsprout sitting pretty in grand finals. Bellsprout saying, GG's, Kuwabara needs a new placement, I think. Found that throw loop during this set. So, appears we may have some labbing to do after the tournament. That's the joy with games like these. You're always finding new things. Alright, next up is Jacob Drag versus Luca Kona. Hope I'm saying everyone's names right. Please stop me if I'm not. I'm not too familiar with a lot of people here, so we're doing our best tonight. Yeah, frame 1 throws. All throws are frame 1 in this game and untechable. It is part of what makes the corner in this game so scary because You have fast moves with oppressive hitboxes, and a frame 1 throw to deal with. Polar Bear says, are they really throw loops, or is it that most characters lack a reversal? Almost every character lacks a reversal. I don't know how many reversal options there even are in this game, honestly. Backdash is invincible from frame 1 until the end of the animation. You can also shorten backdash to move forward using it, but that's more of a niche option. Alright, so picking our characters, Jacob on the Jin once again. Jacob, I know, has put in a ton of work on the Jin, and it's really cool to see that pay off. Gairu on the Hiei. And of course we see the Hiei light kicks coming fast and strong. Alright, so both players play neutral here, looking for a clean opening. Gairu gets one, but cannot manage to get the corner. Jacob coming in with those cross-ups, gets the corner, but gets thrown for it. Jacob once again using all these cross-ups, but that stun gauge is going up. We might be seeing a real soon here for Gairu. Just as I say it, that's the stun, gets the infinite, and that's death. Alright, going into round 2, we've got Sakia watching from the background. Actually, that's not Sakia, that's about bodyguard. My bad. We do have anime characters watching. Jacob, cross-ups once again. Cross-up throw this time. Jin, very good throws. Throws will punch you in the corner. And Jacob using that corner to get this really good air pressure. Got desperation moves on deck. Let's see if we see it. Nope, not enough time. Hina cheering her brother Hiei on. Hiei trying his best but gets DP'd. Gairu is currently getting crossed up. Jacob going for lots of those cross-ups because, hey, they are good in this game and we are going to use them. Jacob pushing Gairu to the corner in the stunned state. I was unaware you could do that before throwing. So it turns out you can push characters while they're in the stunned state. Cool stuff. Sticking with the same characters, sticking with the same stage. Static flash in the background, it's dramatic, and Hiei pushing for that corner. And that is the infinite. The classic, love to see it. Also, I apologize, this is Luca and Jacob. I misread the Someone in the chat mentioned Kuso. What could be Kuso about this game? Look at that. That is a beautiful 3-second long DP. Only a good game could have a DP like that. And Jacob getting that throw again and taking the round away from Luca. Hiei lying on the ground dramatically with his hand over his chest. Very much a Hiei moment. Jacob really pushing that corner. Using those mix-ups, gets the stun, just goes for an air dash off it. That makes sense, good damage. Alright, desperation move on deck for Luca. Luca might not know the input. Inputs are very complicated for desperation moves in this game. So does not get it. Hopefully Luca is able to find that input because Hiei has a very broken desperation move and it is really good even against Jin. up 2-0 right now. We are staying our characters. We are switching stages though. This might be the edge needed. Dark Tournament, best arc anime, and the best stage. We have a commentator walking in the background. She's interested in what's going on too, and what's going on is lots and lots of air dashes. The air dash, let's stop talking about air dashes because Luca gets the infinite again. And great job by Luca. That is first game going. Jacob going for those jump ins, but getting forced out by those leg kicks. His leg kicks are very scary. That leg kick hitbox on Jin though, really good air to air as well, so that is why you keep seeing that jump, because there's not a lot that you can do about it, unfortunately. Speaking of, Luca's stunned and pushed all the way to the corner. Jacob's setting up the air dashes and the air mix-ups, and that is enough to take that game. So, final round, potentially a final round, and let's see Seems really, really good pressure from Jacob here, building up that stun bar really, really well. Yep, and we are gonna see the stun, throw off the stun for a clean win. GG's to both competitors. That is going to be Jacob moving on. Luca joining me in the out of the tournament block. So next up then, it is going to be Gyru versus Jacob Drag. Jacob Drag on this losers run, Gyru knocked down by Bellsprout from winners finals. All right, hopefully people can hear me. Apologies for the momentary silence. My computer died, unless you don't like my commentary, in which case, glad to be back. All right, this time we have Jacob versus Gyru. First to three. I didn't get to see their characters yet. Oh, it looks like we may be restarting the game, okay? Yeah, I'm getting word that the players are desynced right now, so trying to fix it. It's FGCharity. We run with these things. All right, Jacob with the with the Jin Classic, and Gyru mixing it up this time with Chu a brutal counter to Jin due to his very awful, and by awful I mean incredible, wine spit. Chu spits out wine or some type of liquor for DP, and it just kind of kills you. Unfortunately, getting this in the corner too much to use the wine spit gets the fireball off go, and gets that DP, but gets DP'd in return by Jacob, and that is first round Jacob. First game Jacob, apologies. So, to anybody watching this who's wondering if Chu's hitbox actually changes in his idle stance when he's swaying back and forth, yes it does, because this game rules. So, Jacob getting a really nice cross up there, that was beautiful, and pushing Gyru back and forth to both corners. Gyru just trying to get that space so they can play Chu's gets out that fireball, but then unfortunately, clip and air dash back in the corner. See if Gyru can get Chu's desperation move to grab that does heavy damage, but that's tough input and does not get it. That is first round going to Jacob. Gyru hanging out in the CSS, we may see a character change here. Alright, and we have Suzaku. So, both players playing as minor antagonists from Yu Yu Hakusho. Suzaku being the antagonist of the Beast arc, I don't remember. And Jin, of course, being an opponent in the tournament in a 4-episode long fight that goes on perhaps way too long. So, Jacob right now really just forcing Gyru back and forth to the corner again. Jin pressure is nothing to be sneezed at. DBZ moment, but Jacob taking it. Really nice air-to-air from Gyru there. Once again, it gets crossed up by Jacob. Jacob playing very, very well this tourney with Jin. And those are some gross mix-ups. Dashing in, but gets hit by the aerial charge move from Gyru's Suzaku. Interesting sprites right there. Not really sure what happened, but looks like Jacob taking another round. So I'm wondering if we're going to see the character switch coming out from Gyru. It seems like Jacob's Jin is really, really aggressive, and Suzaku is a character that really, really relies on getting charge. And so I'm wondering if maybe a more mobile character might work better. The other alternative is, honestly, Chew, never a bad idea. Here in the connection's a little choppy, so that's why they are starting over changing the hosts. The old fight cake classic.
Out of it.
Up to 8 viewers there, down to 7, almost as many people as watched past the chapter black arc of Yu Yu Hakusho. But this time, it's okay because we are seeing Jin, that's Jacob, versus Gyru pulling out the potentially should be banned Toguro 100%. So getting pressured in the corner, but Toguro has lots of ways to escape, so let's see what Gyru's able to make of it. Gets the grab, shoves Jacob in the corner. Interesting hitbox right there. Very strange. Gets the grab again, and you'll notice Jacob's health's all gone. And also stunned, because Toguro is a menace, and Gyru's doing a great job defending from the corner. Alright, Jacob, it looks like utilizing the air dash now to get in a little bit more. Knows that if he tries to go for just that light kick like he does there, that he's gonna get grabbed for it. Alright, now we've got the Toguro pressure coming out. You don't want the Toguro smoke. Alright, and Gyru very cleanly taking that game. It is going to be 2-1. And we've got the peck smoke from Toguro 100%. You love to see it. We've got another character switch. Both players playing the final bosses of this game. To anyone who wants to experience the story mode in this game, I don't recommend it. The CPU reads inputs very hard, and these characters are not nice. But anyway, both characters here, best characters in the game. Young Genkai, basically Akuma. Toguro, basically a shirt attack. Anyway, Jacob forced into the corner, gets out though, but gets thrown by Gyru. Thanks to neutral here, Jacob doing ST get in, it looks like, because while Genkai is good zoning, Toguro zoning is really, really scary. And I'm sure Jacob does not want to deal with that. Gyru getting forced into the corner, unfortunately, but uses the throw to get out. And putting that pressure on Jacob. I don't know if Jacob's going to get out of this one. Jacob does not get out of this one. So Gyru taking 4 games in a row right there to go and even it up 2-2-2. Both players staying their characters for obvious reasons. And it's game 5. Let's see the dirt come out. I want to see some desperation moves from both players. Let's see how it goes. Really interesting air-to-air fireball right there. Getting the corner with young Genkai. Are we going to see the step kick? No, we are not. We are just going for aerials. Gets thrown. This is the throw loop. That's 50% of the health gone. 75% of the health gone. But we got the step kick into the fireball. This is the nasty corner pressure you see with Genkai that you never want to deal with. But Gyru doing a really good job defending against it. Gets the chip out for the win. So, Jacob gonna have to work extra hard if he wants to stay in this tournament. going on the offensive right away, using that step kick. Gary making space with the normals, but gets pushed to the corner again. Are we going to see the grab reversal? We might see the grab reversal. No, jumps out with a kick. Trying to use those projectiles, but Jacob is just holding forward, not letting up. Gets the stun even. Jacob playing really well this game. Great job defending from Gary there. That was a really gross air fireball into blows. Gets the throw. Really indomitable defense here. Ooh, it could go to either one, and Jacob is the one that gets the throw first. Okay, so we are all tied up. Last game, last match, last round. Let's see who takes it home. I was going to talk about who wins this battle canonically in the series, but both of these characters, it's a little complicated, so let's play it out here instead, in this lovely public park in Tokyo. Both players throwing in the corner all over the place. Jacob still with crazy pressure. Gairu walking Jacob down though, gets DP'd, back in the corner. And this time it is Gairu who gets the throw and takes it. And we'll get to run it back against Bellsprout sitting in winners. GG's to both players. Really fun match to watch. Great back and forth. So, getting set up for grand finals. Looks like both players are still selecting their characters. Appear to be non-verbally gentlemening not to use the menace that is Toguro 100%. Instead, we have Yusuke versus his teacher, Genkai. Yusuke, of course, the protagonist of Yu Yu Hakusho. Genkai, his mentor slash chain-smoking older woman. Alright, I did not quite catch who is playing who here, but both of these characters are Shotos. Young Genkai, much scarier than Yusuke with that really scary step kick and scarier fireballs. But Yusuke with the game 1 with the spirit gun. Yusuke doing the poorly rendered JPEG victory pose. We love to see it. And Genkai with the air hops over. Really good mix-up tool, very difficult to deal with, but once again, whoever's playing Yusuke is doing a great job here. Yusuke is essentially just a very, very good Shoto. He's basically the Ryu of this game, but like a very good version of Ryu. If I knew more about Street Fighter, I could make a better version of that joke. That's okay. Yusuke, he's like Ryu. He also has 2 supers, both of which are really strong. Has very good zoning, good DP, basically just a good all-rounder, and he also has a leg kick infinite, just like Hiei. Doesn't have the same teleports and speed to get it though, so see it less. Seems like both players are experiencing a good bit of lag, if the stream is anything to judge by. But we're seeing Yusuke getting forced into the corner a little bit, but back to neutral right here. Seeing some good footsies. step kick out of the corner. That is brave. Alright, Genkai getting the corner, using those step kick mix-ups. Alright, Gairu is player 2 side and Bellsprout is player 1. Thank you. Genkai, arms behind her back, shaking her head. She is disappointed in Yusuke. So that is Bellsprout playing young Genkai, and previously playing Yusuke, potentially still playing Yusuke, is Gairu. Gairu potentially, however, switching up the character a bit. For this game, it is on NES. By the way, if you are watching and you want to join us in this game, I think everybody who's viewing this right now, since there's only 4 people here, is already a member of Team Hirameshi. But if you want to join this game, check out the Discord. It's linked on the Mizumi Wiki and Fightcade. Super fun game. Tons of crazy tech. Tons of fun little mix-ups. It's a good time. Okay, it looks like we actually may have a stream, but we only have audio. And as you can hear, this game's audio pretty crunchy. Not the audio on the list. Oh, we're back. And it looks like Young Genkai versus Choose Legs. So I believe that is going to be 2-0 in the favor of Bellsprout. Bellsprout looking to close out this tournament fast. Gairu hovering over younger Toguro, thinking about, do I seek the power? And they choose yes, do seek that power. Be like Toguro and play Toguro. So, Toguro versus Young Genkai, classic matchup, or quickly becoming a classic matchup. Gairu using those tools for all that they are worth, trying to keep Bellsprout pinned in the corner because you don't want to deal with those Genkai step kicks or that Genkai corner pressure. Gairu attempts to air, but gets caught by the air fireball there and then step kicked. Both players playing footsies a little bit. Gets caught again. That air fireball's hitbox is real nasty. Desperation move is on deck. That Desperation move is also unblockable, but it can potentially be jumped by Genkai, so that's why we're seeing probably a little bit of safeness here. Just as I say that, Young Genkai thrown And that is first chunk of this round going over to Gyaru. That step kick pressure, very scary. And then we've got a cross up into a throw. And looks like Bellsprout is dishing out some serious damage right here. Another step kick, air fireball, double jump fireball, and step kick. That is a perfect or almost perfect round. Good job to Bellsprout. Gyaru trying to save their tournament life right here. Let's see if they can do it. So tries to get that cross with Toguro, but suffering those air fireballs. This time does get the air to air. And is getting the zoning that they want, it looks like. Pushing Bellsprout back toward the corner again and again with this range, or this barrage of projectiles. Does not win the air-to-air competition this time. Players are fighting through some rough lag, but both going. That was a very odd interaction there, also not sure how Bellsprout got it through. Bellsprout getting clipped that time out of the step kick. I was unaware that could happen. Bellsprout stunned, eats a big fireball because of it. But doesn't care, going on the offensive anyway. Gets thrown for their troubles and loses a ton of health. And so this time it is going to Gyaru. Gyaru on the board. Are we going to see a comeback? Honestly, the comeback did happen. One better stage than the Dark Tournament. And of course, we now have the Toguro 100% mirror. Got gray-colored Toguro, played by Gyaru, versus vaguely, horribly flesh-colored Toguro, played by Bellsprout. Bellsprout, known for playing a very aggressive version of this character, using tons of dashes. Gyaru, both players just throwing each other in the corner all over the place right now. Gyaru, it looks like, tends to play a little bit more projectile heavy and also tends to use normals a lot more and take advantage of those big old buttons. But this time, Bellsprout is the one that takes it, using those fireballs and getting the corner pressure. Gyaru sliding in very nicely with that dash, but gets dashed back right back. And facing some rough corner pressure, but gets out and throws out the projectile. That time, projectile is beat out by Bellsprout's projectile. Bellsprout tries to dash up, but cancels it early and gets hit. Gyaru doing a great job throwing that dash there, even though it is pleasant block. No fear. Both players trying their hearts out right here. It could go either way. Playing very safe. Somebody had their sword using. Oh, and Bellsprout with an absolutely disgusting throw. That was a full character length between them. Horrifying. Also, Tokuro's pecs just like sucked in smoke. I don't know if anyone saw that. That was awful. I believe that maybe okay, it looks like we are actually going best of 5 here. Very cool. Or no, are we going best of 3? I don't know. Okay, no, it is first to 3. So, I'm not sure what's happening. I'll just keep on going. Bellsprout with an intimidating walk down, but gets thrown in the corner for his troubles. Gyaru this time using the forward dashes to just really give Bellsprout a hard time. And look at that throw. That is the throw of a character who does not care about the tier list. Just wants to get that throw. Gyaru with a convincing round there. My goodness. Both Togros and Gyaru somehow gets a throw at round start. Never seen that before. Bellsprout dashing up though. Tries to cross out with the ground projectile. I don't know if he can do that. Getting the throw again. Pushing Gyaru to the corner. Once again, that throw's range is unspeakable. Got a good back and forth here. Desperation move is on deck, or nope. It's on deck for Gyaru, I believe. Let's see if we see it. The threat of it, of course, is extremely scary. But Gyaru instead dashes in, turns around, gets the cross-up throw, and takes the round. Both players are immediately locking in to younger Toguro, 100% version. Toguro's pulsating their pecs at each other in a disgusting display of musculature, and then the round starts. And Gyaru forcing Bellsprout to the corner, using those normals really effectively. Gonna see the throw? Yep, we see the throw. See the throw again? Yep, but this time it is Bellsprout who takes it. Once again, those one-frame throws are terrifying. Got a stun though. Bellsprout looks like it goes for some kind of combo, but it doesn't matter because the damage alone is enough to do it. Alright, round start. Gyaru doing a great job using a normal and then the flip fireball. I believe that does actually combo, one of the few combos in this game. Getting the corner throw, gets thrown in return, and now we have another corner battle. Gyaru fighting their way out of the corner, but forced back in. Once again, we see that screen warping throw. Alright, Bellsprout putting crazy pressure on. Gyaru this time gets the throw out of the corner, using the fireballs to keep distance, and stuffs the dash. That's awesome. DBZ moment, both characters forced back. Both players just want one hit, and Gyaru is the one to find it. Both characters dashing and colliding with each other this time. Another throw. If you like throws, this is the game for you, in fact. Throws have never been stronger than this. Bellsprout with some really strong corner rush here, staying just out of range, building up that stun. Goes for the mash throw. Does Gyaru know how to mash it? Yes, they do. But still get killed because damage is high when your name is Toguro. Or Toguro, I believe. Our tournament commentator stunned in the background by this turn of events. Alright, going to the next round. At least one player, nope, both players immediately selecting Toguro. You know it's 100%. We all know. It would be kind of interesting to see them both go to 30% just for the meme, but 30% Tokuro, one of the worst characters in the game, in contrast to 100%, who you can clearly see right here, is potentially a crime against the game design. Both players getting knocked around once again. Bellsprout with the brave dash all the way across the screen, gets a stun out of it, then goes for the mash for damage. Gonna clean this round up, probably. No! Gets thrown by Gyru. Gyru doing a crazy job. Gyru may take this... Oh, gets chipped out at the last second. Well, I say the last second, you will notice that there is no timer on this game. These matches can go any length. But they don't usually because, again, high damage and camping is not really an issue. Bellsprout using the finger flick of death. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but boy does it keep you alive. That's a crazy throw again. Finger flick, ground punch, dash in, throw. It is all Bellsprout at this moment. Gyru does have the desperation move, however, and that would be just what they need. As Hiei would say, it is exactly what they need. Both players playing some very good footsies right now, and Bellsprout goes in with the YOLO dash, gets it, but this time Gyru goes in, double dashes, gets thrown. Oh! And I believe, yes, that is 5-2. Bellsprout, your winner of the Yu Yu Hakusho 2 FGCharity Fighting for the Future Championship. GG's to both players. Thank you so much for all playing. All right, so I believe that is the end of the bracket. Thanks so much for listening to my rambling. And once again, congratulations to all players. Please consider donating to the ACLU, as well as joining the Yu Yu Hakusho Discord, where you can find lots more fun matches just like this one. Have a good evening, everyone.